Hello students, and welcome back to another how-to video. Today we're going to be balancing net ionic equations, and this is the second video. This one's going to be a little more in depth about how we predict when we mix two clear solutions of different substances and they form a precipitate that comes out of the solution, and we need to predict whether it will occur or not. So in this problem, we have sodium chloride and silver nitrate. Okay, I'm not going to look at the back half of this question. All I'm going to focus on is the first part, and we're going to make predictions to see what happens in this equation. So we have sodium chloride, NaCl, and it's aqueous. And we have silver nitrate, AgNO3. Okay, and that's also aqueous. This is also a clear solution. All right, and I'm not going to draw this back half yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to do it ourselves. So we have chlorine and NO3. These are our negative ions, okay? They stay in their places, and what we do is we switch the positive ions, because we know that sodium is giving to chlorine, forming an ionic bond, and we know that silver is giving one to NO3, okay? Nitrate, you're going to have to spend some time becoming familiar with this molecule. You're going to see it from time to time, and it has a negative charge. And if silver is giving one, it's forming this ionic bond with a polyatomic ion of NO3. Okay. Now let's write on this side. We have chlorine plus NO3, and what we're going to do is we're going to switch them. So Ag is going to be with chlorine, and Na is going to go with, oh, I didn't give myself a lot of room, did I? Let me just scratch that out. We got NaNO3. Okay? Oh, my lights went out. Give me a second. All right, let's keep going. So we've got sodium chloride in an aqueous solution, and we have silver nitrate in an aqueous solution. And we're going to see which one of these forms the precipitate. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out our solubility rules sheet, okay? And we're going to examine what we have here. So if we look, let's take an example. We have, let's see, sodium and nitrate. So sodium is soluble except for some lithium compounds. So sodium is most likely going to stay in solution and be aqueous. And NO3, if we look here, nitrate salts, NO3 is going to most likely form nothing. It's going to be soluble. It's going to stay in solution. So this one is most likely soluble. It's going to stay in solution. While we have silver and chlorine, if we come down here and we look at chloride salts, chlorine is soluble except when it's mixed with silver and maybe mercury or lead, okay? And some of these compounds, it varies. We're not going to get into that grayness with you guys. It'll be pretty straightforward what it is. And silver is going to react with chlorine, and it's going to be insoluble, because it is, except, this is the exception list of compounds with silver, okay? So this is going to form a solid precipitate. Okay. All right. Now let's go down below, and we're going to write out the complete ionic equation, because in reality these are not together. They're separated because they're aqueous. So let's draw this out. We have Na plus Cl minus plus Ag plus NO3 negative. Okay, and I didn't have to balance this up here because it's 1-to-1 for everything. Because sodium's going to give 1, silver's going to give 1, and it balances out pretty easily. So these are going to stay. This is what they look like. They're going to be mixed together, and they're going to form these ions in solution, and they're going to form a precipitate of AgCl, silver chloride. It's going to be solid precipitate, and we're going to have Na plus NO3 minus, okay? So if we look here, what's our spectator ions? It's going to be Na, so we're going to cross those out. We have nitrate, that's canceled out, and we have silver and chlorine left. So if we write this, we have chlorine plus silver. It's going to form silver chloride. And it's going to be solid. And these are going to be in solution. They're going to be aqueous. So when we're writing these equations, it's important to notice that we're switching the positive ions, and then we're going to simply try to predict which one's going to be soluble and which one's going to be a precipitate. And in this circumstance, in this instance, we had chlorine and silver reacting to form silver chloride. Okay? Thanks for watching.